I am Bijal Kansara, Assistant Professor from Electrical Engineering Department of Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. In this video, we will discuss chapter number 2 of the subject Power System 2. Chapter number 2 is Representation of Power System Components. And first topic is single line representation of a power system. Now, single line representation means, before understand, we have to discuss what is single line diagram. A three-phase system is draw like this. Left side is a source and on right side it is a load. Source means it is a three-phase generator supplying the load to the three-phase balanced load. In a single line diagram, only one phase of these three are taken and it can be represented in this form. Representation of a power system component with a unique symbol. For each equipment there is a unique symbol, like for generator, motor, transmitter, transformer, transmission line, etc. Balanced three-phase network converted to the single-phase network corresponding to the reference phase. Converting a three-phase into the one phase, taking a one reference phase, and according to that reference phase, converting a three-phase network into the single-phase network. Here, three phases A, B and C. Three phases generators are drawn like this. Generators are connected in a star manner, and ZG is the impedance of the generator of each phase, and EG is the excitation voltage generated in each phase of the generator. And here a star connected balanced load is connected, and the load impedance is ZY for the each phase. In a previous video we discussed that each phase voltage current are displaced by 120 degree from each other, and their magnitude are same for the balanced condition and magnitude are unequal for the unbalanced condition. Okay, and for a star connected load, phase current and phase voltages are same, but for delta connected load, phase voltage and phase voltage and the line voltages are the same. Now this three phase is converted into single phase in this manner, only taking this single phase of the source and single phase of the load. So it can be redrawn as in this manner. EG is an excitation voltage of single phase, ZZ is the impedance of a single phase, and that current is flowing is IAN, and this is a load impedance of the single phase is a ZY. The current equation for this single phase is also same for the three-phase system, like IA is equal to IAN is equal to I angle 0. A is taking as a reference phase. So B is lag behind this voltage by 120 degree. So it can be written as I angle minus 120 degree because anti-clockwise direction. So minus notation, and IC is equal to ICN is equal to I angle minus 240 degree. Now current can be written as IAN is equal to voltage EA0, means voltage appear across these 2 points A and 0 is equal to EA0 divided by 2 impedance ZZ plus ZY. And EA0 can be written as EA upon ZZ plus ZY. Simple, we know that the current is a voltage by resistance or impedance. So IAN neutral current is EA0 upon ZZ plus ZY, and IA is equal to EA upon ZZ plus ZY. Now Equipment specification for a single line diagram. Single line diagram is drawn using these symbols. Generator can be drawn or symbols. Generator symbol is this, round and noted as a G1, means generator 1, and the generator specification written on this single line diagram is its MVA, 3-phase MVA, its voltage, line to line voltage, and the reactance per phase. And this sign indicate that generator is a star connected with the neutral is a grounded. This notation indicate that neutral is grounded. So please remember that this point. What are the specification given at the generator? So the first is a MVA 3-phase, then voltage line to line, this is a line to line voltage, this is a MVA 3-phase, and the reactance per phase. So generator symbol is round or generator 1. If we indicate the generator 2, then the round and under and noted G2. Okay. Now second one is a transformer. Transformer can be denoted as this symbol. Left side is its primary, and on the right side it's secondary. These two symbol indicate that transformer T1 with the primary is star connected and the neutral is grounded. Secondary also star connected and the neutral is grounded. The transformer specification given is MVA 3-phase. Transformation ratio means line to line voltage. These are the 11 by 220, means primary side voltage is 11 kV and the secondary side voltage is 220 kV, and the equivalent impedance on one side per phase. This impedance, equivalent impedance Z is equal to 10 ohm per phase. These are the transformer specifications. Same for the transformer T2. Transformer T2 has a primary is star connected with the neutral ground, but the secondary is delta connected. And the transformer specification is first is MVA 120. Here primary is 11 by 220. So here transformer T2 is 220 by 11 kV. Here step up transformer, here step down transformer, and the percentage reactance of the transformer T2 is X is equal to 15 ohm per phase. So both the transformer, three specifications are always required. The first one is its MVA, its transformation ratio, means the ratio of this primary and secondary voltages, and the third is a equivalent impedance on the one side per phase. Now third is a load. This is a source side, generator side is a source side, on this is a load side. Where the load is connected is called a load side. On this side various load are connected in the parallel form. Here the first load is a motor connected, the second is a normal resistance impedance are connected, is named as a load B. So load specification, if the load is a motor, then we required specification is its megawatt 3-phase, its voltage and its power factor. Same for the load B, its megawatt or kilowatt, its power rating, its voltage rating and its power factor. These three specification for the load: megawatt, voltage line to line and the power factor. And for transmission line we require the impedance. Transmission line we require the impedance per phase. This is the equipment specification for the single line diagram. This specification we required for the draw of the single line diagram. The generator required MVA 3-phase, voltage line to line and the reactance per phase. For transformer MVA 3-phase, transformation ratio line to line and equivalent impedance on one side per phase. Load, for load megawatt 3-phase, voltage line to line and a power factor. And for transmission line we require the impedance per phase. Now next, assumption to draw a single line diagram. These are the assumptions that should be made before drawing a single line diagram, and this question should be asked in your GTU exam, like what are the assumptions made to draw a single line diagram. Please remember this question. The first assumption is three-phase balanced operating condition is considered. Three-phase balanced operating condition should be considered. Transformer impedance is indicated on the appropriate side. Transformer impedance is indicated on the appropriate side. Transformer magnetizing reactance is neglected. Transformer magnetizing reactance means XM. Transformer magnetizing reactance is neglected. Generator is represented as a voltage source with a series impedance. Generator is represented as a voltage source with a series impedance, because series impedance means generator has own impedance. So the generator is represented as voltage source with a series impedance. Transmission line is represented as a pi model. This is a pi model of the transmission line. Here one impedance, here capacitor, so it is a pi model. Transmission line is represented with a pi model. Load is assumed passive and are represented by a equivalent impedance. Natural grounding impedance does not appear in a single line diagram. Natural grounding impedance, suppose we take a star connected load or source, so natural grounding impedance does not taken consider in the single line diagram. So the first point is a three-phase balanced operating condition is considered. Transformer impedance is indicated on an appropriate side. Transformer magnetizing reactance is neglected. Generator is represented as a voltage source with a series impedance. Transmission line is represented with a pi model. Load is assumed passive and are represented by a equivalent impedance. Natural grounding impedance does not appear in the single line diagram. These are the assumptions to make before drawing a single line diagram of a three-phase system. Now, example, in an actual system, we can draw a three-phase system like this. Three-phase system to the single line diagram. This is a generator excitation voltage with the resistance and some inductance. Now this is a connected with this transformer. Here this is a transformer primary, this is a secondary. Now this part is denoted as a, this is a transmission line part, pi term. Here transmission line represented as a pi term. This is a transformer number 2. This is the transformer number 2. This is a load, motor load, because here denoted as a EM. So it is a motor load. Motor back EMF, then connected with the resistance and inductance. And this is a simple load, RL load. So this system can be redrawn as a single line diagram by using a symbol. Generator symbol is like this. This is the generator symbol G1 in round with the G1, and the neutral is a star connected neutral system. Then transformer T1, both the primary and secondary is a star connected neutral grounded. Then in between this is a transmission line. Here this is a transmission line, transformer 2, and then load M1 and the load 2, and this is the actual system. This can be drawn by using a single line diagram symbols like this. Generator, first one is a generator. This block is referred to this. This block is referred to this symbol. This is a transformer. This block refer to this transmission line refer to this transformer 2 is referred to this is a motor block, so this is this motor block, and this is a simple load, this is a connected to this board. I think everybody is understand this representation of a single line using a symbolic representation. Now next and main topic is what is a PU system. PU is an abbreviation of a per unit system. The power system equipment ratings are expressed in a megawatt, MVA, kV, kiloampere, ohm and hertz. Power system equivalents are expressed in these different units. Express all these quantities in a per unit. Example, percentage of a reference bus base value. All this quantity expressed as a percentage according to the reference base value is called as a per unit system. Per unit method is a simple and the more informative than a use of the actual values. Now take one example. Select the 110 kV as a base value. 110 is a base value. So 66 kV, 110 kV and a 132 kV. Write the per unit value of these three quantity according to the 110. So 66 divided by 110. 110 divided by 110 and 132 divided by 110 means we want a per unit value of some quantity, then divided that quantity by a base value, then we get a per unit value. So 66 divided by 110 is a 0.6. So 0.6 is a per unit value of the 66 kV. Now 110 divided by 110 is a 1. So 1 is a per unit value of 110 kV with reference means base voltage for 110 kV. Now 132 divided by 110 is a 1.2. So 1.2 is a per unit value of a 132 kV because with reference to the 110 reference. Now 0.6 and per unit converted into percentage. So 0.6 into 100. 0.6 into 100. So 60%. 1 into 100, 100%, 1.2 into 100, so 120% of the base value. This is a simple concept of the per unit system and how we can find a per unit of the actual value. And this is a equation for the finding a per unit value. Actual value of a quantity in any unit. Any unit means it may be a megawatt, MVA, kV, kiloampere, ohm, hertz, etc. But one necessary condition is these two units should be same. In numerator it should be kV, so in denominator it must be a kV. Per unit value is equal to actual value of quantity in any unit divided by base value of quantity in the same unit. Suppose I have to find MVA. Base MVA is a 100 MVA. Base MVA is a 100 MVA, and I have to find given MVA is 500 MVA and the base MVA is a 100 MVA. So per unit value is MVA. Per unit value is actual value is 500 and base value is 100. So 500 divided by 100 is equal to 5. So 5 MVA value of a per unit is a 5 per unit. Understand? Power base is a consider in a MVA. MVA means power. Power base is a consider in a MVA, and the voltage base is a consider in a kV. Power base is always considered in a MVA, and voltage base is a considered in a kV. For voltage, current and impedance, if any two of are selected as a base value, third one is automatically in the base value. Now, this statement can be understood. Suppose base MVA, base voltage ampere means power, MVA base voltage is a kV base. Now current I is equal to power upon voltage, and the power is in the form of MVA. So MVA base upon voltage base means kV base. So MVA base upon kV base, we can get a current base. So base current IB is equal to MVA base into 10 raised to 6, because M indicate a mega, so it is a 10 raised to 3, and the K means 10 raised to 3. So MVA base into 10 raised to 3 upon kV base into 10 raised to 3, and MVA base upon kV base is a base current. So per unit current is a I actual upon I base. So from this equation we get a per unit current. Now base impedance. Impedance is a voltage by current. So base impedance is equal to base voltage by base current, and base voltage is kV base into 10 raised to 3 upon I base. kV base into 10 raised to 3. Now put the value of IB from this equation. From this equation, MVA base into 10 raised to 3 upon kV base. Now kV base 2 times, so kV base square upon MVA base, and 10 raised to 3 cancel out. So base impedance value is kV base square upon MV base. Now per unit impedance ZPU is equal to Z actual upon Z base, and put Z base value in this equation, like numerator is Z actual upon Z base value is kV square into MVA. Now per unit impedance is directly proportional to base MVA. Per unit impedance is directly proportional to base MVA and inversely proportional to the square of the base kVA. In denominator is a kV square and in numerator MVA. So per unit impedance is directly proportional to the MVA and inversely proportional to the kV square. In the power system, per unit impedance of the equipment are defined corresponding to their own power base MVA and the voltage base kVA. The per unit impedance ZPU is equal to IZ actual upon V. It is required to bring per unit value of impedance of each equipment to a new common power base MVA and a voltage base kV. It is required to bring a per unit value of impedance of each equipment to a new common power base MVA and a voltage base. Now MVA base old is equal to the base MVA of individual equipment that is given in the example. Now kV base old is a base kVA of individual equipment. MVA base new is equal to a common base MVA of the system. kV base new is equal to the common base kV of the system. ZPU old is equal to the per unit impedance of equipment at its own base value, and the ZPU new is equal to the ZPU impedance of equipment at the common base value. Please always remember this equation for the Calculating example, ZPU new is equal to ZPU old into MVA base new upon MVA base old into KV base square old KV square base new. Per unit analysis reduce the chances of making a mistake in the phase value and line value. This equation reduce a making of a mistakes in the calculation. So this equation, please always remember, ZPU new is equal to ZPU old into MVA new upon MVA old KV square old upon KV square new. Now, actual impedance of a transformer for a low voltage winding and a high voltage winding is different. Actual value of LV winding impedance is low and the HV winding impedance is a high impedance. The per unit impedance of a transformer is the same whether referred to the LV winding or a HV winding. Example, refer to the primary side or a secondary side. The actual impedance of transformer for the low voltage winding and the high voltage winding is different because of the voltage level. The actual value of the low voltage winding impedance is low and the high voltage winding impedance has a high impedance. Now, ZP is equal to a transformer impedance referred to the primary. ZS is equal to transformer impedance referred to the secondary. VP is a transformer primary voltage. VS is equal to transformer secondary voltage. IP is equal to transformer primary current and IS is equal to a transformer secondary current. Now we all know that ZP is equal to ZS into VP by VS square, where VP by VS is equal to the transformer ratio. So ZP is equal to ZS into VP by VS whole square. Now writing a transformer impedance referred to primary in a per unit. So ZP into PU is equal to ZP into IP upon VP. Now value of ZP is equal to ZS into VP by VS whole square into IP by VP. Now ZP, VP, 1 VP cancel out. So in numerator it became ZS into VP upon IP and in denominator VS square. Now in a transformer in balance condition, VP into IP is equal to VS into IS. So ZS into VS into IS upon VS square. Now 1 VS cancel out. So ZS into IS upon VS and this is equal to ZS PU. So the per unit impedance of a primary and the secondary side is same. Balanced MVA is selected equal to the sum of the rating of a various equipment on the system and equal to the capacity of the largest value. What value should be selected as a based MVA in the given system? These two conditions, maybe take one of them, equal to the capacity of the largest unit or sum of the rating of the various equipment on the system. Base KV, this is a consideration for the MVA. Now KV, base KVA is selected from any section of the power system. Other part of the system is separated from the original part by the transformer. Selected base KV is transferred to the new base KV through the turn ratio while propagating toward the power system equipment. If the base KV on the primary side is known, then base KV on the secondary side is Vs base is equal to the Vp base into Ns by Np. So if the transformer is connected between these two systems, then the base KV is changing by a transformation ratio. So this is a new KV base selected equation. So Vs base is equal to Vp base into Ns by Np, where Ns by Np is a turns ratio and Ns by Np can be replaced by Vs by Vp. So Vs is a secondary voltage, Vp is a primary voltage. Now all this fundamental can be more understood by taking one example. Now example number 1. A 100 MVA 33 kV 3-phase generator has a sub-transient reactance of the 50% and the generator is connected to the motor through a transmission line and the transformer. So the load is given that motor and a motors given as a load. The motor have a rated input of the 30 MVA, 20 MVA and the 50 MVA at the 30 kV and the sub-transient 20% sub-transient reactance. The 3-phase transformer are rated at the 110 MVA, 32 by 110 kV, delta star with leakage reactance of 8%. The line has a reactance, line means the transmission line has a reactance of a 50 ohm. Draw a reactance diagram of a given system and the evaluate corresponding PU value. Select a generator rating as a base quantity. Here already given that the base quantity like base MVA and the base kV are taking as a generator quantity. So the data given for the generator MVA and kV are taken as a base value. So now drawing the single line diagram. First given the generator, so draw this circle and G1. Then generator is connected with the transformer 1, transformer 2, and in between transformer 1 and 2 there is a transmission line. Then load given that 3 motors are given. So in this way draw M1, M2 and M3. Now putting a value of each and every component. Now generator parameters are 100 MVA. So write 100 MVA, 33 kV and the sub-transient reactance is 15% in the first line. This is the value of the given as a generator. 100 MVA, 33 kV. And the sub-transient reactance means Xg1 is a 15%. Now, this generator is connected to the motor through a transmission line and the transformer. So, this is the transformer. And now, given a rating of the motor. Motor rating is, first motor rating is 30 MVA, second is 20 MVA and a 50. So, 30, 20 and the 50. Now, given that and the voltage rating and the sub-transient reactance is same for all 3 motors. So 30 kV 20, 30 kV 20%, 30 kV for 20% sub-transient reaction. Now this data for the motor. Now for the transformer. The 3-phase transformer are rated at the 110 MVA. Both transformer MVA rating is 110. So write down 110 MVA. And first transformer step up 32 by 110 and it is a delta star. So 32 by 110 kV and delta star and leakage reactance is 8%. And this transformer, this is a step up, so it is a step down 110 to 32. It is not given in this example, but we have to write that one is a 32 by 110, then second is a 110 by 32, and the percentage reactance is the same for the both the transformer, and the line reactance of the 50 ohm. So here 50J. These are the single line diagram and all the specification written by using the question given. Okay, I hope you all understand this. Now we take a base value of a generator, because here mentioned that select the generator rating as a base quantity, and generator rating is a base MVA is 100 and the base kV is a 33 kV. So generator rating as a base value. So new base MVA is 100 and new base kV is 33. Now find a per unit reactance of a generator by using this formula. Per unit generator, per unit impedance by using this formula. Now ZPU new is equal to ZPU old into MVA new upon MVA old into kV old square upon kV new square. Now new base is taking as a generator 133 and old given as a 133 and the reactance is a 15%. So put this value in this. ZPU old is a 15%, but it can write in this form 0.15 into J. Now MVA new is this 100 and MVA old is also 100. So 100 and kV old is 33 and new is also 33. So 33 square upon 33 square, this is cancel out. So ZPU new for the generator is a 0.15 JU. Understand? This equation is important. Please remember this. Otherwise you cannot calculate this type of examples. Now per unit reactance of the transformer 1 refer to the LT side, means low voltage side. Now ZPU new is equal to ZPU old into MVA new upon MVA old into kV old square upon kV new square. Now for the transformer 1, MVA old and kV old is 110 and 32. So and the percentage reactance is 8%, so we can write as a 0.8%. So 8 into 8% is equal to 100, 8 by 100, so 0.08. So 0.08 into J. MVA new is 100 divided by MVA old is given for the transformer is 110. This table is drawn by using this single line diagram. All these values taken and write in this tabular form. So don't get confused. Okay. Transformer MVA old is a 110. So 100 divided by 110. Now kV old square upon kV new square. kV old for the transformer is a 32. So 32 square divided by kV new is a base value, so this is a 33. So 33 square. By using a calculator, cancel out, we get a value 0.068 J PU for the transformer 1. PU reactance of for the transformer 1. Now by using a transformer, there is base value are changing. So new base value as referred to the generator is 100 and the new base kV is a 33. MVA value should be remain the same, but the kV value is changing because of the presence of the transformer. Now PU reactance of the line we have to find. So the base kV of the line we should to find, and it can be find by using base kV of the transformer 1 referred to the HT. So 110, transformer 1 has a kV value at the secondary side is a 110 into 33 divided by 32. So answer is 113. This is find from this value. We have to find Vs because of the higher side. So Vp into Vs by Vp. So Vs is equal to Vp into Vs by Vp. Vs by Vp. So Vp is equal to 110 for the transformer. Base value is a 110 here. 110 into 33 refer to the generator, divide by this 32. So 110 into 33 divided by 32. So answer is 113 is a new base kVA. And the per unit impedance for the transmission line can be derived by using this equation. ZPUL means ZPU of transmission line is equal to ZL, and it is a given that transmission line impedance is 50J. So 50J into MVA base upon kV base square. MVA base is 100 and kV is a 113 square. So answer is 0.39 JPU. This is a transmission line. Now we have to find per unit impedance of the transformer 2. For transformer 2, new base is 100 and new base is a 33. ZPU new is equal to ZPU old into MVA new upon MVA old into kV old square upon kV new square. Now transformer 2 percentage reactance is 8%, so 0.08 into MVA new is 100 divided by 110 into kV old is a 110 by 113. 113 from this by base of a line. So 113 whole square. So answer is 0.068 JPU. Now base kV of motor. After transformer we have to also find new base kV. So new base kV of transformer to refer to LT is equal to 113 into 32 divided by 110. So answer is again 33 kV, and this is a new base value. So PU reactance of the motor 1 is equal to ZPU new is equal to the ZPU old into MVA new upon MVA old into kV old square upon kV new square. So for the motor 1%, for all the motor percentage reactance 20%, so it can be write as a 0.02 J. MVA new is 100 and MVA old is a 30 and kV old is a 30 and MVA new is a 33. So answer is 0.55 U. Same for the motor 2 and then motor 3. Now write down all the per unit impedance for the each and every component. For generator it can be written as a generator with the series reactance and its value is 0.15 J. This is the XT1. Transformer is represented as a single reactance. Transmission line is also represented as a single reactance. This is a transformer 2, and then all these three motor is represented as a single motor with a series reactance with all its PU value, and it can be indicated that by final you have to draw this single line diagram of the given question. Okay, thank you.